Alright, my fellow villains, this was inevitable. Like, we couldn't avoid this one. Batman's the GOAT. We had to throw him in the Goon series. If you guys love this series, love my content, make sure to like. And if you haven't subscribed already, do so. And if you could, please hit the notification bell, because I post daily and I use stuff like my community tab all the time. And if you would like to see your favorite character in either of my series, which would be a versus battle, who can beat, and Goon or Jobber, check out the prices on the screen. Add me on Discord, join the Discord, and then add me if you want. We'll discuss the prices, what you want to do, and there's also the discount code for option 1, so definitely check that out. But anyways, I'm excited to get into this. We just hit 12k recently, trying to cross into much bigger waters sooner rather than later, so I hope you guys join the ride. But regardless, let's begin. So today you might not see your favorite Goon moment from Batman. Why? Because he has 20,000 of them. So if you want to see another Batman Goon video, run this video up to 1,000 likes and I will drop part 2. You guys did that for the last Dr. Doom video, so part 4 for Dr. Doom will drop soon. But number 1, we're gonna start out with, you know, something that everybody acknowledges in terms of a Goon moment for Batman. It's not one that's going to surprise you. Him drop kicking the shit out of Spectre. Spectre pulled up on his hood. No matter who you are, pulling up to Gotham, you check in with Batman. That's the big homie in Gotham regardless, right? Spectre never checks in anywhere he goes. Mad respect to Spectre. He doesn't check in. And did Batman actually hurt him? No. But did he drop kick the shit out of him? Yes. And that's literally all that matters. Next moment, we have the time he styled on the Hulk. So, of course, this is funny because Hulk got done dirty by fans, basically. But in a crossover with Marvel vs. DC, Batman encounters the Hulk. And when they're in the trenches, Batman goes toe-to-toe with him. Drop kicks him, obviously, because the drop kick is lethal with the Goon force. And uses gas to like fold Hulk. And just the fact that he beat up Hulk is a Goon moment, regardless of how it came about. That shit happened. L to the Hulk fans. Number 3, the time Batman ran up on a bear. Now, this isn't that impressive when you think of all the bullshit Batman does, but let me give you a little context. This wasn't normal Batman. This was literally Batman after being turned into a 10-year-old child. It doesn't matter. When this bear runs up, he has the wrong one. Batman starts beating the dog shit out of him and eventually completely KOs the bear. And Flash and Superman watch, and Flash is like, bro, name another 10-year-old that you can find that can beat the shit out of the bear. It's obviously Batman that did it. Like, there's no one else. Yeah, Batman folded the bear when he was only 10. Next, the time he shot Darkseid in his shit. Like, we can't ignore this one either. It had to make the first video. Batman, obviously, he has some stints where he uses guns, but typically he's disassociated from guns because of emotions, right? Like, he saw his families get killed by guns. Well, to beat Darkseid, he had to pick up the Glock. This had a bullet capable of folding Darkseid. Batman gets into a standoff with this god and shoots him in his shit. Does he get blasted for it? Yeah, but he didn't care. He was like, I'll take the L for the team, bitch. Fuck you. Pulls the trigger, blasts Darkseid. The fact that he shot Darkseid and he's not even a shooter, Goon moment. Next, the time that he technically threatened to have Joe Chill's cheeks clapped in prison. So let me explain. Joe Chill's in prison, right? Killed Batman's parents. Batman pulls up on him. He's like, look, bitch, I could tell everybody in here that you are the reason Batman exists. Now, this is why that is horrifying. Because obviously Batman's beating the shit out of almost everybody in that prison. That's like going to Marvel and telling them, like, oh, hey, I made Punisher. Like, I'm the reason he's Punisher. He does that, Joe Chill's literally gonna probably get clapped. Like, I'm just being honest. If Kingpin can get caught, Joe Chill's cheeks can get caught too. That's all I'm saying. But worst case, he gets beat up and probably killed. But yeah, the fact that Batman threatened to do that was goon shit. And then, not only that, Joe Chill's like, bro, doing that, you're a monster. He's like, I'm not a monster. I'm your boogeyman, bitch. And I was like, what a savage Batman moment. Next, the time that he pulled up on Darkseid in the Hellcat and his Hellbat armor bars. So, of course, whenever he has to go fade Darkseid on his turf, it's a special occasion. So he makes the Hellbat suit, right? First of all, homie doesn't even get a fair 1v1 with Darkseid. The reason for this, he has to run through different opposition before he even gets to Darkseid. A lot of people like to leave that out before they scrap. But anyways, he's beating the shit out of Darkseid's people. Eventually, Darkseid shows up, and Darkseid's like, oh, I've been waiting for you, Bruce. And Batman looks up and is like, I've been waiting for you too, bitch. And they start fighting, and when the suit's in good condition, Batman's kind of dogging him. He's punching him in his shit, and he's rocking him. That's right, Batman has actually consistently pulled up on Darkseid and started shit. In fact, this leads us into the next moment. So, there was a time, of course, where Darkseid took Supergirl, and she was imprisoned by him. And Batman, Superman were not going for that shit. And so they had to pull up, right? Batman hacks into the Apocalypse fucking computer system because he's Batman, bitch. That's what he does. Regardless of if it's an extra dimensional computer system, he does that shit. In doing so, he pulls up on Darkseid, right? And he has this weird armor. It's super dope, actually. It's like this gold, like, Talon-looking armor. And they start fighting. And he's like, yo, I've got your shit rigged. Don't fuck with me, Darkseid. I'll literally kill you. I'll blow this bitch up. And Darkseid had to admit, he was like, yo, I'm not even going to hold you. I respect you as an op. Like, you're a lot more dangerous than Clark because you'll think of some shit he just wouldn't think to do. And ultimately, the goon tactics from Batman makes Darkseid temporarily have to release Supergirl. Next, the time that Batman stood in the pocket with Reverse Flash. This shit was crazy. This was in Doomsday Clock. And while in the Batcave, of course, and this fight on panel happens in like sequences of seconds, Reverse Flash pulls up on Batman. Of course, because he's fast as shit and a fellow goon. Go, shameless plug, go watch the Reverse Flash video. He has no problem pulling up on Batman, right? And he's fast as fuck, so he's beating up Batman. Shit happens. Well, Batman, when he gets dropped, right? He's like, yo, it's hard for you to use your BS powers when your foot's stuck on the ground. Stabs the foot of Reverse Flash, gets up, and is like, get out of my Batcave, bitch. Starts swinging on him. Actually starts landing on Reverse Flash in the pocket. Made no sense, but we're here for it. And just the fact that he was like going back and forth with him for a pretty significant amount of time in terms of Flash speed is mad impressive. Next, there could be several examples of this, and sadly, you'll probably see it if we return with Batman Part 2. Jobberman Grundy has taken L's to Batman. I'm talking about on some big brother, little brother shit. Like, he's pulled up on Batman before, and Solomon Grundy's power, it fluctuates when he comes back. You never know what the fuck you're gonna get from him. He might suck, he might be a monster taking on the Justice League. He pulled up on Batman. Batman wasn't having it. He said, look, bro, I'm not putting you over today, bitch. You're gonna have to take this out. Literally one-arms him at one point. Steps on him, stomping him out, and he's like, remember the pain, Grundy? Like, remember this shit. And I'm like, God, like, Grundy, do better for yourself, bro. Get yourself a better rider, because the streets are doing you dirty right now. And Batman really embarrassed him. Next, the time that he beat the absolute shit out of Darkseid. Or, not Darkseid, I'm sorry. My bad, Darkseid fans. Deadshot. So, he was beefing with Deadshot, and he was surrounded by a room full of hooligans, right? And Batman's by himself. When you're posted up on the block by yourself, you got to send a message. Facts. So, he looks around, and he's like, all right, let's handle this the real way. Beats the shit out of Deadshot. Like, just folds him. Looks around, and he's like, yo, does anybody else want it? Like, does anybody want the work like he got it? And Deadshot was like, yo, Batman, you literally broke my jaw. And Batman was like, if you don't give me the answers, I'm gonna wire your jaw shut myself. And just thugs the whole room, including Deadshot, and it was pretty bad. But yeah, he folded Deadshot, who's not exactly, you know, fodder. He's pretty impressive. So that was a Goon moment for sure. Next, oh, I love this moment. So Lanterns are privileged, right? They think because of their emotions and their powers, they can like fly around and do what they want. Batman's not going for that shit. One time the Red Lanterns pulled up on Gotham. They're, of course, they're a destructive bunch. They're the Angry Lanterns. Shit's getting destroyed. Batman did not like that shit at all. Pulls up on the Red Lanterns. Starts beating them. Like, I'm talking about breaking limbs, folding them with drop kicks, just dropping no-name fodder lanterns left and right for disrespecting his city. And then he runs into Red Lantern Guy, right? And he's like, yo, Guy, this is my turf. Who told you bitches you could come here? Like, who made you think that was safe? And Guy's like, this isn't my fault, bro. I know I'm here, but this is not my fault. And he's like, I don't want to fight Batman. Batman's like, yeah, I know you don't want to fight because it'd be a one-punch knockout, bitch. And Guy was like, yo, chill, not like that. Yeah, like, Guy like, was stuck. He was stuck at that point. Like, do I respond to the obvious clap? Or do I just suck it up and try to work it out? Horrible moment. He was put on the spot by the Goon savageness of Batman. Next, the time Batman beefed with a Darkseid pet. So this was pretty funny, right? This Darkseid apocalyptic monstrosity ran up on Batman. Batman was like, oh shit. First thing Batman does, when even if it's some wild metahuman shit, this alone makes him a goon. He wants to know what the source is. He wants to know why you're there, right? Like, who told you could come here type shit. So when he runs into this monster, he's like, yo, I wonder what this thing even is, why it's here, how it functions. So he doesn't necessarily really want beef at that point. But beef has to happen. So, of course, Batman whips out the blicky, blasts away that monster, and leaves his brains splattered. It was a G moment from Batman, and then he called in, I think he called in Alfred to clean it up. But yeah, he just wasted, just blasting him apart. He's like, okay, bitch, we're not going to talk. Got it. Bodied. Next, the time he had to put hands on Wonder Woman. Now, this is crazy because Wonder Woman's a beast, and there actually is going to be a Goon video for Wonder Woman coming soon. But regardless, she was set tripping, right? She was lying to the team. And if you lie to Batman, even though he lies to everybody, if you lie to Batman, you're wrong. Facts. And that's how he feels. That's just a Batman fact. And so he pulled up on her, right? And he's like, yo, you're lying. You're tripping. Wonder Woman doesn't like that. You know, she doesn't stand for disrespect even if she's wrong. They start scrapping. He's dodging her. And he's like easily taking her on. And he was like, yo, you're predictable. And you're set tripping and you're a liar. And you really need to get your shit together. Because no one respects someone that sets trips. And I was like, damn, like... It's kind of, he has some audacity because, like, he's literally known for getting, like, having plans to jump his own team, but whatever. It's still funny because he's the GOAT. But yeah, he was like, you're set tripping, and he just literally starts fighting Wonder Woman on the spot. Next, the time Essence pulled up on him, and Batman did not tolerate the disrespect. Now, this is impressive because Essence can fight Superman. Like, he is somewhat of a Superman tier foe, right? So he pulls up on Batman, right, in the Batcave, and he's like, yo, Batman, just to let you know, I messed with the signal because you're not going to escape. And Batman's kind of looking at him, and he goes, yeah, you won't be able to call in your boy Superman. And Batman smiles and goes, good. That means he can't save you, bitch. And starts scrapping with Essence in the Batcave. He's like, bro, you're not going to just pull up on the Batcave and just disrespect me like that. Like, you're not no one really fucks with you like that. Your fan base isn't that crazy. You're just not going to get the W like that. And holds off Essence in the clutch in the Batcave. Goon moment for sure. Next, the time that Bruce had to handle some beef with Wonder Woman while injured. And when I'm saying injured, literally he's in street clothes, all bandaged up and stuff, right? So Wonder Woman's trying to get him, and she's like, Bruce, you're being ridiculous. You're hurt. Like, I don't even know why you're wilding out at this point. You're a fucking human. Like, you shouldn't be running from me. That's dumb. And he was like, so what? He has a gadget on him, of course, because he's Batman. And gets the drop on Wonder Woman, despite being hurt. Slaps it on her head and distracts her. And she was like, oh, shit. And she was like, you're just delaying the inevitable. He's like, whatever, I'm Batman. I'm gonna get out of here. But yeah, just like, the fact he's able to pull that off and get the drop on her while hurt is absurd. Next, the time he got called out to baseball by Superman improved. Superman might lift weights, but he's not an athlete. So Superman was like, yo, let's play home run derby. Batman's like, bet, bitch. And Superman's like, yo, I just want you to know, literally, it's impossible to hit the ball the way I throw it. And Batman was like, I know. Pitch anyway, bitch. And Superman was like, oh, shit. And was like, all right, here's the impossible pitch. Throws it. And I don't remember if he hit. I'm pretty sure Batman does. But, like, just the fact that he's, like, just playing sports with Superman is, like, not worried at all about competing against him is hilarious. Like, no respect for how athletic Superman should be. Next, the time that he beats up a soldier with PTSD and tells him to do better for himself. This was messed up. So, Batman ends up beefing with a character that is, like, he was a former soldier. He's a light construct user. Actually, I believe he did actually beat up Lanterns because they job, of course. Well, anyways, runs up on Batman. Batman's evading him, right? Eventually, they got to fight. And the reason this character is freaking out and doing what he does is because his brother was horribly treated, died, all this stuff. He was a soldier himself. He's traumatized. Guess what? Batman doesn't give a shit about your personal sob stories. Beats this guy up anyways and basically tells him, don't tell me about trauma. I'm Batman. I deal with shit too. My parents died. Like, that's just like, he no excuses, baby. Like, you better do better. And it was just funny because with context, that dude probably does have horrible PTSD and trauma, but Batman doesn't give a shit. Next up, Batman informs Hawkgirl to send Superman next time anyone wants to run his fade. So yeah, this is top tier goon shit because it's just reminding people that don't do the B-list shit. So Hawkgirl pulls up to fight Batman, right? Batman starts folding her instantly. Kendra didn't stand a chance. She was getting dropped, right? Just getting rocked. Instantly was in like a health moment, right? Like, oh shit, stunned. And he's like, I don't even know why you're trying to fight me. And she's like, I'm trying to remember why we're friends. And she's like, Batman, you're the problem. Like, you need to, like, stop, be reasonable, all this. And he's like, no, you're the problem, Kendra. This is your fault. And she's like, what? And he's like, next time they try to fade me, tell them to send a A-tier character like Superman. And then he just puts her in an arm bar and calls in the hit team to continue with the mission. I was like, God damn, just the disrespect for B tiers from Batman is real. Next, we're going to talk about the time that he repped his city and then had to slide on Damage. Now, this is crazy because Damage was in a way kind of like a Hulk type character in DC, and he was strong enough to go up against characters like Superman, right? Well, Batman pulled up on him, rocked his shit, and stunned him for a panel or two, right? And he was like, yo, I'm from Gotham City, right? We stay with the straps. We stay with the heat. We know how to deal with bitches like you, including freestanding foam that can catch you. Of course, Damage is strong as fuck, so he breaks out. Batman starts scrapping with him. Eventually, Batman even throws this like grenade type shit that rocks Damage. And just the fact that he's talking shit, getting bars off and going toe-to-toe with Essence while repping his city, or not Essence, Damage, is absolutely badass in a Goon moment. Next, this is the final moment for the video, and then we will evaluate his Goon tiering based on my formula at the end of this video. By the way, 1,000 likes if you want part 2, as I do rate each video. And in my next Dr. Doom one, by the way, I'll give him an overall rating for his first 4 videos. But anyways, back to this final moment. He had to check Dark Supergirl's goofy ass energy. Now, this was amazing. This story is awesome. This Supergirl post-crisis run was amazing. But Supergirl, her favorite character was Batman because she's a lot edgier than Superman. She doesn't really relate to his, Boy Scout tendencies. And she kind of had a savage background. And she relates to the way Batman handles his ops, right? Well, when it came to fighting Dark Supergirl, who was like this version of her that was just evil, dark, all her hateful things in her heart, when Dark Supergirl pulls up, she fades characters like Flash, Martian Manhunter. And Supergirl's one person she trusted to run Dark Supergirl's fade, Batman. And when Dark Supergirl pulled up on Batman, she was disrespectful. She was like, yo, I don't even get why people are afraid of you and haven't killed you. You're just a man in a bat suit. And you see Supergirl go, wrong, he's Batman. And he pops her in her shit. Uses this device he's used on Kryptonians before and just blinds her temporarily and knocks her on her ass. And she was like, oh, I'm going to fry you for that. Like, you think you can just use tricks? And Supergirl intervenes because Batman knew she would. And then Supergirl thought he was going to bring a ring, but he actually brought his homies, Superman and Wonder Woman, to jump the shit out of her. So he got her jumped and had her vibe checked for questioning his energy. But anyways, guys, that's it for Batman Part 1 Goon series. Let's give him a Goon rating based on these moments we went over. It's pretty obvious. He's a divine Goon. Like, he's a god Goon, whatever you want to call it. Tier 4. He's a human, beefing and fading any op that he has to, any chance he gets. Just his Batman savage nature over the decades just makes him one of the GOAT characters ever. And yeah, he qualifies as Tier 4 to me. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more Goon series videos coming out in the future. If you want to purchase any of the videos, definitely DM me on Discord. By the way, you can expect characters like Kratos to appear soon, Cartman, all that. And yeah, I gave him Tier 4. Let me know what you think. And stay tuned for Doctor Doom Part 4 and also for Doctor Doom's Goon rating. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been your boy YFE, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.